2012 has barely started, yet it's given us 3 wacky shark attack movies. I'm going to give you a mini review of each. Over the past few years, the Asylum has given us some camp classics, such as Megapython vs. Gatoroid and 2010 Moby Dick. I was really hoping that Two-Headed Shark Attack would be up there with them, but sadly, it's not. The film has 2 main problems. A two-headed shark can't do a whole lot more than a one-headed shark. At most, it just forces scenes to have 2 people to go in the water instead of 1. And secondly, the main killer isn't the two-headed shark, but the visually confusing and uncreative death scenes. People really watch a film like this for the death scenes, and if the death scenes are good, everything else can be forgiven. It's a real shame, as this film had a lot going for it. It had some name-brand stars, decent production values, and it wasn't completely derivative of Jaws. It's about a group of hot college students who are forced to land on a remote island, and they have an interesting set of problems. The island they're on is slowly imploding, and the two-headed shark is hypersensitive to blood or any kind of electronic device. This film should have been all bikinis, blood, and babes. It should have been anything but boring. Carmen Electra feels totally wasted. Chris O'Connell is likable, and Brooke Hogan is doing the best with her limited acting abilities. I think a lot of people are going to take pot shots at Brooke for the fact that her father is Hulk Hogan. You know, Hulk Hogan, one of the best wrestlers of all time, and one of the worst actors. I'm going to give Brooke a pass on this film. She isn't horrible as much as just inexperienced. Her performance isn't great, but it's passable for a film like this. Brooke, oddly enough, is in the best scene of the film. To paraphrase her father, what you gonna do, two-headed shark, when Brooke Hogan and the power of the Hulkamaniacs come after you? My second favourite scene is a good old-fashioned girl-on-girl skinny dip scene. I wanted to like this film more than I did. Next we have Sand Sharks. Sand Sharks stars, I kid you not, Brooke Hogan and Sci-Fi Channel regular Corin Nemec. This film is actually filled with a lot of Asylum regulars, Asylum being the company that made Two-Headed Shark Attack. Mark Atkins directs while Scott Wheeler produces and was the visual effects supervisor, and Robert Pike Daniels plays the Sam Quint character. Okay, let's get into it. Corin goes back to his hometown in order to put on a music festival. Things don't go to plan when it's discovered that the sand is infested with sharks. You get the idea. Sand Sharks is very derivative of Jaws, but it's done in a funny and loving way that actually endears you towards the film. In fact, the best thing about this film is its sense of humor. The film manages to be funny, but with a straight face.
Hey, you alright down there, kid? You need help?
He got trampled, he can't breathe!
Hey, anybody here study medicine? No? Just hang in there, kid. I got...
Sorry, dude.
Oh, yeah, that's real funny. You didn't realize that there's people out here being eaten alive right now, huh? Listen to me. I know this is gonna sound crazy, but there are actually sharks in the sand. So, no, you need to get off the beach right now. You need to get up, and you need to run and get off of the beach because, oh my god, you guys are idiots.
This only adds to both the humor and the realism. Well, it adds to the little realism a film like this can have. Robert Pike Daniels is hilarious. I've really enjoyed everything I've seen him in, and I have no idea why he isn't in more mainstream films. Corin is fun in the role of the dodgy promoter, and Brooke Hogan is okay. She suffers due to the fact that casting a pretty beach babe as a sadist is always a bad idea. If only the production values were a little higher, Sand Sharks would have been a total winner. My favourite scene in this film involves a policewoman putting on a latex glove in order to touch a decapitated head, then brushing her hair with the glove, then putting it back in her pocket. I don't think that's correct police procedure. And lastly, we have Super Shark. Now, I've got some good news. Super Shark is pretty darn fun, and it avoids all the pitfalls of the other films. Super Shark feels like a blaxploitation film that just happens to be about a shark. Cause Super Shark is one of the coolest sharks that has graced the silver screen in a long time. As sharks go, I like Super Shark more than Mega Shark and Sharktopus combined. Super Shark is directed by Fred Olen Ray. Oddly enough, his son Christopher Ray directed Two-Headed Shark Attack. What a family. I like Fred Olen Ray's films because he tends to understand genre films very well. He understands what people who like these films want to see. And a very important thing he does is that he tends to keep his films short. That way they never outstay their welcome. I think most films like this could be done with a good 20 minutes cut from them. As for the plot, well, it's about a marine biologist and a beach bum cowboy and tracking down Super Shark. You get the idea. Super Shark is light on boring exposition and full of fun, colourful characters, and you're never too far away from seeing something cool like a death, hot girls, good music, and the third act involves a mechanized army tank. It doesn't get any cooler than that. The visual effects are a little cartoony, but it's a good thing as it reflects the over-the-top nature of the film. I've got nothing more to say other than Super Shark is a must-see.